A final battle to prove yourself.
Time for a fight. Talk to the hands. Talk to the hands.
Let's get into the build breakdown of Sorry About the Face. This is a melee Facepuncher build, so take that into consideration that this is what this is, and this does involve the 4th skill tree. So if you don't have the Season 2 pass or at least the 4th skill trees, you will not be able to use this build. Now this is a 2.0 version of my SATF build that I had already created before Season 2 came about. So I'm not going to go into too many details about what is and what isn't, what does and what does not. So pretty much you follow the purple tree the way it is and get more melee damage. The purple tree is pretty much more melee eccentric and focuses more on melee damage and things of that nature. Yeah, it's a couple neat skills and different skills in there, but we're mainly focused on the melee damage. So there's skills in there that's causing us to do novas based off melee damage and things of that nature. And just like I said, more melee damage. It's basically another green tree, but kind of on crack. You know what I'm saying? So there will be a spec list of how many points go into what in the description below. Make sure you look at that if you don't know what it is just by looking at the pictures. Moving on to weapons, like I said, this is a Facepuncher build. The only other things that's new besides the 4th skill tree is the Psycho Stabber. You're going to be using a Psycho Stabber and a Facepuncher. Pretty much the only things you're going to be using this whole time. Now, we are using Phaseflare. Now, using Phaseflare, that's what the ball is. We're using the ball. So, therefore, you pull out the ball. She summons the ball. You punch it with the Psycho Stabber because the ball, however much damage you do to the ball, that's how much damage it has. So, when you have a 300/90 Psycho Stabber and you punch the ball, it takes and holds all of that damage, and it damages enemies that come in range of it, that walk directly into it, that you push into it, drag into it, all of that. You can manipulate the ball, pull it across the battlefield. It's a really, really fun action skill, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But I do have other builds in mind, so like I said, I know it's another melee build. I just had to update mine. And yeah, like I said, Facepuncher, we already know the Facepuncher, so there's no need for me to even put that up. But you know, Facepuncher is the norm. Going on to shields now, same thing. Use a Ray Ward or a Stinger if you have one, or any shield that you could have that has a melee anointment. Or if it's a Ray Ward, you want action skill start. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we change it up here with the class mods a little bit. we're going to be using her new class mod. You need the Season 2 arms race for this. You need arms race for this. It is the Kensei. The Kensei, after activating her action skill, Amara deals 10% bonus melee damage of her attuned element type with her weapons for the next 6 seconds. It's more or less not for that, but just for the points. And this puts more points into the purple skill tree that buff up our melee damage. And it's really cool. You know, this really goes with the Muse as well. The Muse, we're using the Muse. Now, as far as the breaker and the golden rule will not work because we're not, you know, it's not regularly how it was in the previous version. And we're not using the breaker because the breaker between the Muse and the Kensei is not providing us as much damage as the Muse or the Kensei will. So will you still be able to use those? Yes, if you don't have any of the DLC to get the Kensei or the Muse, you can still use the breaker and you should be totally fine. Moving on to artifacts, you can a cut purse white elephant will do you perfectly. If you get a cut purse white elephant, you will never run out of ammo. So you could just keep shooting the Facepuncher forever. You know, but regardless of it being cut purse, you just want a white elephant and you're good to go. Or you can use any artifact like the Cryostone pullout method that's on the screen. As long as you got like a melee damage roll on it, you should be good to go. So you're not just stuck with white elephant and, you know, whatever the case may be. You can use anything that has melee on it just, you know, to give you that extra melee damage. As far as grenades, you can use whatever grenades. You know, this is a melee build, so we're really not focused on grenades. You could probably, you know, obviously use the fish slap if you still have one. And that's pretty much going to be it for the build. If you like this build, make sure you check the description. I'll hit the links in the description. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I got more builds coming on the way. The next build will be an Amara build. I'm working on a little something. So until next time, I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.